Okay, I kind of encountered some issues, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this again. Um, 3, 2, 1, because unfortunately I had some really bad issues. So I'm gonna roll the intro. Okay, I'm back. Today I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some news. I know that this is some weird stuff that's been going down. A lot of people are talking about Velveteen Dream and the child who basically claimed right now, and this is what Jacob Schmidt. This conversation with me and Velveteen Dream is 100% real. I sent the first message. Let me add, but the number I unsent. He unsent all the inappropriate messages. I still have the screenshots before he unsent them. So anyone saying this, edit it here. Now the person is claiming this, that Velveteen Dream tried to hook up with him as a underage boy, and he's from Canada. Now keep this in mind, this was what was going down, and of course there is a picture of his wang when he, according to the person saying that, okay, you let's see, he's like showing that stuff. I actually find his innocence this time, and I hope. Here's Velveteen Dream's DM. Here's my DM to Velveteen Dream. Notes changes. Mine's name is Dream underneath it. The verification, like a lot of people are doubting this story, are doubting the situation with Velveteen Dream for a lot of reasons. Because yes, he is a big fan. Yes, he is a big fan of wrestling. Of course, Velveteen Dream got hit on. And it's kind of weird, though, because a lot of people, like MJF's heel of the century of AEW. Like, he's a big fan somewhat, and I can see that he probably isn't too happy that he's getting hit on by a bunch of by a WW next star who is in the developmental stage to become well known. And it's like, I'm kind of surprised that this happened. Like, he seriously got hit on by him. And these were the pics that he kind of showed. Like, he wasn't trying to lie or anything. You can see right here, this is what he said. Let's try to do the voice of Velveteen Dream. You will? I'll help you if you want. Depends on what you want to achieve. Well, I'm like a stick. LOL. I'm 5'10". I weigh 137 pounds. First off, need to build muscle. Yes, but other things can suffice until you add more weight. You got a girl? Nope. No worries. You packing? It's like, this is the type of stuff that's going on. It's like, this is some weird shit. Like he's like, you got a girl? No worries. You packing? Maybe. Why? When you work in the TV business, you need options and abilities to sell it at a moment's notice. That's kind of funny. Like, it's like, this is some weird stuff. Like, okay, yeah, I'm a young and I build. It's like, this is some weird stuff. Like, okay, here it is. What sport do you play? Hockey. You look kind of jacked. I'm a noodle. I'm a noodle, yeah. Yeah, but it's okay. I'm working on it. What's your age? 16? It's like, this is some stuff that he's trying to point out. Like, this is on social media. Like, he's reporting it, and a lot of people are claiming that this is fake. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys, but this is the claim that the person did. This is the person that's doing this. This is Jacob Smith who's claiming this. This is his social media page, which I don't think he's doing this for clout or anything like that. He's obviously into wrestling, but I don't know. This is kind of a strange, bizarre story, and I don't know what to tell you guys that Velveteen Dream, who is a WWE Next wrestler, and I actually watched some of his matches. He's a pretty good wrestler, but it's a shame that this could ruin his career. If this is, I don't know if it's true. I can't really confirm it or not, because this person's claiming this. He has evidence of this, and he's showing the evidence. But people are saying, I don't believe this. I can't believe this. Like, there's a lot of people that are doubting this story. And already it's trending on Twitter, and people are laughing at this situation. Some people are laughing. Some people are making memes. It's crazy. And this is what's going on. I can't really confirm this, but this is what's going on. Alright, let me go ahead and I got some messages I got to deal with. Be right there. Like, Jesus Christ, this is crazy. Man, I cannot believe this. Because this is some crazy ass shit. And it's like, alright, so the thing about this whole situation is that I'm going to go ahead and explain this, is that it could be true. I can't really say it's true. This is a claim, an accusation. The person does obviously have evidence of Velveteen Dream. He claims he has the phone number that Velveteen Dream gave to him, and it was a Washington number, and it's obviously true in his part, but a lot of people are talking about this. Now, the next tweet I'm going to have to look up is Gay Street Fighter. I don't know what's going on, but this is a meme. My motherfucking god, bitch is gay. Good for them. Like, what the hell is this stuff? Why is Gay Street Fighter trending? It's not even going to try to figure out. I just want to say the real queer icon here is Vega, okay? It's like, why is everyone confused about Gay Street Fighter? I like to mention that Ryu was canon in the Power Rangers universe. Like, okay, we can't have Gay Street Fighter trending without a queen. Gay Street Fighter. I don't know the point of the hashtag, but it's also trans woman Street Fighter. That is all I care about. Like, Gay Street Fighter. Okay, it's lit. What the? Gay Street Fighter. Gay Street Fighter is trending. So, time to remind y'all that I'm a bisexual and Chun-Li is the best girl. That's fair. Like, this is seriously trending on Twitter. Oh boy, this is weird. Oh god. So I can't really say anything about this. The whole Velveteen Dream situation is kind of weird. Weirded me out because it's like this is some crazy ass stuff that's going on. As far as I know, this is kind of an incident on the internet that's gonna probably be known for a while. So I'm gonna try to look up something. Literally, hopefully I got something for you guys. This is some weird stuff that's can. All right. Now let's see here. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, because right now there's been some things that I probably should talk about. Let me see if I can go to let's see if I can find some news for you guys, because I know there's not much to talk about other than the fact that a lot of people are talking about things that are happening. Let's see, explains it. Okay, blah blah blah. Marketing up, female lead primary. Let's see here. Okay, bounding into cows. Nah, that's not newsworthy. That's been old news for a while. A lot of people are talking about absolute state of the situations that are happening. Let's see. Oh yeah, WWE 2K21 has been canceled, guys. I guess it's because of Velveteen Dream. Let's see here. Opposes China Internet Protocol upgrade plan. Let's see here. The future Battlefield update with Myron McGrath. Let's see. Patreon lays off 13% of its workforce. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It seems that a lot of people are talking about that Patreon business. Nintendo slashes interest in payments to players of Animal Crossing. Valve betrayed by leaker. Oh yes, that's another interesting story that's been going on for a while. It seems that the leaker got upset with his co-workers and decided to leak CSGO and Team Fortress 2 code to everybody. And right now, it's not looking good. But as far as I know, it's not a big issue. He also leaked some chat logs and everything, including bringing up the issues about what was going on. Let me see. Oh, yeah, there was another thing that happened. In case you're wondering, Funimation, this is the images of the simulcast that they did. I'm not going to show you the rest because the website is not very, so I will go ahead and try to show you guys everything. Like, I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I'm going to go ahead and try this again and see if I can get this off my freaking feed. Other than that, there's a lot of things that are going on. Like, people are talking about the really bad art that's been happening with the anime called Tameyayomi simulcast, which I can only show you one page of it because they did a comparison, and this is like the art that they did. I hate that when it happens. That's the art that they did for the team. And you can tell that art is really looks bad. They didn't flush out the stuff for it, as you can see. I'm gonna try to get that stuff out. All right, let me go ahead and show you the rest of it right here. You can see this is the art that they did for the animation, and this is the clean version that they did. Let me see if I can get the rest of it because I know it's in here. Here we go. You can see right here, that's the art animation that they did for it. It didn't do so well. Let me go ahead and try to look at it from an angle, because you can see right here they did comparisons of it. This is the original animated version. This is the release version that they did for Japan on top. It looked really bad in the simulcast of the episode. That's why a lot of fans are upset, because this was the animated that the animation that they did for it. It didn't look so good in general because they felt it was really bad. You can see in this version it didn't look good. The other version, it looks okay. Because they were doing everything with the art style finishing it up and everything. You can see right here, these are the two different versions that they have of it. The animated testing style of it, and then the other version of it, which didn't look good, and that's why a lot of fans are upset. And you can see right here that's what happened. So that's what caused a lot of the issues with people getting upset about it. This is from Sakiku Complex, which isn't really a great source of stuff, but they tend to talk about anime and such sometimes. And some stuff I don't always agree with their content with, but as far as I know, this is that's pretty much what they have. And that's another source of what's going on in the anime world right now. And I would like to discuss the whole issue with another thing that's been going on, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to get this up and running. I just hope this works because I need to do a live stream. Hopefully get this started. Let me see. I hate when that happens. Oh boy. Let's see if I can do something here. I know that this is not a great time for a live stream. But I know I'm just trying to do some stuff here. I'm trying to look for some content that I could roll with. It's like most of the time it's like nothing newsworthy to talk about. Let's see, because everyone's usually talking about some of the stuff that's been going on. Like YouTube is deleting content critical of the World Health Organization. Ah, yes, that issue, which I am going to discuss about because Susan Wojcicki decided to talk about this because of the fact that people were very critical of the World Health Organization. And here's the facts that I found out. The reason why they're doing this is because, one, YouTube is in partnership with the World Health Organization, and they, in her interest to this whole issue is to try to, because I understand World Health Organization has an issue PR wise because of the whole issue with what happened back in January when they said that nothing was wrong. This is just the flu. And it became worse when it got into the United States, and people were mysteriously dying from this virus. And WHO kind of somewhat admitted that yes, this is actually, because they were trying to reword it so badly, it kind of looked bad on them. And right now, WHO is trying their best to play the PR game of trying to convince people to listen to them. And I understand that YouTube is trying to side with them to help them on this issue. But here's the problem, and I'm trying to help you guys at WHO, because the problem is that a lot of people are questioning you guys as medical advisors, medical, professionals, and of course the ethical issues that involved with the medical world as of right now in this situation, the pandemic. A lot of people were questioning, why didn't you try to warn people about this, especially when a doctor tried to warn this to everyone in the outside world. And this is the type of concerns that, and I'm not trying to make you guys look bad. I'm just trying to point out the issue here, and this kind of explains the issue. And I'm not trying to discredit the World Health Organization, but there's a lot of questions and a lot of things I would like to ask. And if anyone from the World Health Organization would like to represent themselves in me interviewing them. I would gladly invite them onto my live stream if they wish to discuss these issues and concerns. I'm not going to try to, I'm not trying to chase clout here. I'm just trying to ask if anything that comes up, I would like to discuss, especially any questions from people outside of this, because this is a very concerning issue, and a lot of people are trying to ask the initial questions. Can this virus, how long does this virus take? When will the turnabout for this virus to end? Because it may take a long time, and we don't know if there's going to be a cure for this. We don't know if there's still a chance, if we could figure if who is working on a way to fix this issue. I don't know, because this is a very strange situation in particular, because right now the PR situation for people getting upset with WHO, it's kind of a very bad situation for WHO, because they're trying to defend themselves, and the problem is a lot of people are openly criticizing this issue about WHO, and the fact that YouTube is siding with them is only because of the fact they are in partnership with WHO, and I believe that they're trying very hard to, considering that YouTube does not have the advertising revenue, and right now they're cutting it down to a minimum in order to save money, and right now they're taking their advertising revenue to promote WHO as their main source of information for the COVID-19 thing, to educate people about this issue and try to make people aware of this issue, which is understandable, and that's fine, but people are still are not going to trust you guys because of the whole issue way back in January. And I'm not going to try to disrespect you, but that's what happened, and that's what I'm trying to explain to people. That's what a lot of people are upset about, and that's why people are, you can defend yourselves, you can get upset with them, I get it, but it's not going to do any better to take down videos critical of the WHO, because it's just going to make things worse. Even if people talk about the issues and bring up these issues, it doesn't look good for WHO, because it only makes them look like because the criticisms about China and the fact that a lot of people are bringing up the issues about China and WHO's connection with China and other things that are going on. I can't really say much about this other than the fact that there's a lot of things that are going on that are beyond my mistake of understanding. But as far as I know, this is what's going on. And I'm only telling you this because this is something that needs to be addressed. And I get that some people are a little bit concerned about this. It's a little bit scary. I would say that this is going to be interesting to talk about, because the World Health Organization is paying for this, is trying to paying to defend themselves from this, because they are considered experts in their field, and this is kind of a sensitive topic to talk about in a way that might get me in trouble. But if you want to report it, go ahead. I don't really mind. It's just I'm trying to see what would happen, because I understand YouTube does not want certain YouTubers to discuss this issue, and they would rather have like Jake Paul of all people to discuss it. Because if you pay Jake Paul money, he would do it, and he can make all the kids listen to it. That's how things are in YouTube. They would rather have Jake Paul do that. So let's see here. Let me see what's the next topic I will talk about, because the fact that this is really ridiculous. Let's see. Kickstarter plans to lay off after new projects on the site drop to 35%. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Kickstarter is laying off people. Because here's the reason why, and I want to bring this up in a nicer way. I'm sorry if the mic is far, far away. I know that it's a bad quality right here, but this is what I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys right now. The reason why, because of the fact that Kickstarter, like a lot of the projects that they try to promote on the platform, some of them do okay, some of them do all right. Like, especially the comic side of things. And I want to address this issue about the comic side about it. A lot of people have made so many good books. Some of them don't always get a lot of attention. Some of them can get funding, some of them don't get a lot of funding. And I notice a lot of the books that they have on par, you can see that they try their best to make books like, they try to make books like this, and they can only get a certain amount of money. Most people can get adult books or something like that. Like, a lot of the projects that they're funding and supporting are kind of okay in per se, but when you see, like, for example, like books like let's see here, Entertainment is Surreal. Let's see here. Let's look at a book that that would possibly be not funded. Like, for example, that could possibly be funded. Like this book right here, Anything That Loves. You can see that these are people that made a book, but they don't show the value of that book for some reason. Like, I noticed that a lot of the Kickstarter stuff, they always show the value of books like this. Like, for example, this one, Supernatural, like Seeing Things. Like this one, for example, like the goal is like $1,000 and it's like 18 days. It only made this amount. For example, Seeing Things is like a supernatural horror comic, and they try to advertise this book. Seems like an okay art style, but you can see that they try to tell a story, and it's like it's not getting enough like support, and it's a shame that it's not getting a lot of support. Like some of these books that they make, like that they try to put out, it doesn't seem like they get a lot of like money compared to other like books. Like I'm kind of surprised. Like this one made like $3,000 and its pledge goal was 1,500, and the art looks kind of nice. It's a shame that it doesn't really, get a lot of, love for what it's worth. It only made like $3,000, and by the looks of the art, it looks cartoonish. It looks kind of good. I just don't get why it's not getting a lot of support. Like, you can see that this is another example of a comic book that would be entertaining. It seems childlike, but it doesn't seem to get any, as you can see, any good money. Like, I'm surprised. Like, a lot of these, there's a lot of good, talented people, and I can see what's going on is that the marketing for these books are like really good. Like, they have some really good art, but at the same time, some of them don't get like they have a really good story, but they don't have, like this one, for example. This one had a pledge goal of $300, and it managed to make $7,000 for their project. Like, it seems that there's been some things that I gotta look up. And explore. Like, there's a lot of projects that I funded, and it's kind of weird how those projects get a lot of like like here's an example of one that I funded a while back, and I gotta like there was a project that I did on Kickstarter, and I'll show you guys. Let me see if I could find it, because I need to look it up. Like, Ben Dunn, I actually funded Ben Dunn, and he made his campaign about $4,000, and it's kind of sad that he doesn't like he's been known in Texas, and I'm surprised that not many people are aware. Like, he's been known in the Texas circles, the comic book indie circles of Texas, and I'm surprised that he doesn't get a lot of support for his books. Like, he gets like 138 books, and I actually have to say the book was okay. I liked the book. I actually read this book, but considering that he's not a big name per se, like I know that there's a lot of like comic book people that I could see. I could show you guys. Let's see, Brian Pulido, for example. Brian Pulido, and I'm going to show you. This is how much he made out of his last campaign, out of Hellwitch, which I actually read. He made about one. This is the amount of money that he made. And that's and he wanted $15,000 for this goal, and a lot of people, for those who don't know, he did Lady Death, Brian Pulido's for his Coffin Comics brand right now that he's doing. He's making a lot of bank out of it. Like, there's a lot of people out there, because right now he's paying his workers the money to make these projects happen, and it's kind of sad that all these indie creators who make like really good art, who make really good projects, don't get like a lot of love for what they do. And it's like you don't see that, like for example, Punchline is another one I actually supported. And I was kind of surprised by this. Like, he made $7,000 out of $6,000 out of the goal, and he has like really good art. He actually does sell it. It's just a shame that he doesn't get a lot of money for what it's worth. Like, he doesn't make like $30,000. Like, that's the average money that people make out of the project if they're that successful at it. But some make it under 10,000, and that's kind of sad. Like there's a lot of comic book projects that I seen and supported, and a lot of them don't get a lot of like, I actually did the Monsterella support. Like, I actually got the digital of this, and it's a really good book per se. Monsterella, like, it is a really it's like short stories, but really cool. I actually really liked it, and it doesn't get a lot of like money for it, but I thought it was really cool. book, though. I actually really liked it. It's a shame that I wasn't able to do his next campaign that they did because I was so busy. I didn't have the money at the time of work because I was working a lot, and this guy actually made a lot of good projects. He created like four projects that he did, and he actually does a pretty good job with Monsterella books. They were really good stories. They were funny stories, and the fact that Kickstarter, tries to their best to promote these books. They mostly promote like certain books that they deemed pretty good. Like already, they had this one game. Like there's a game right here called Game Deck. Game Deck is an extra cyberpunk set in reality. Like this one, like for example, is like 100,000 out of 50,000. And I thought this was interesting though. I might buy this game, but it's like 3 days. I don't know what to tell you guys, but on that, it looks kind of cool though. And like they always seem to go for the support the projects that they want. And this one actually made like $8 million. Like holy hell, that's a good example of a good hit. But when it comes to other projects that they do, like they put out these ideas and pitch them, like games, music, and other things. Like I understand there's like artists that want to make music. They don't always get like a certain amount. Like you see people who like try to make a goal, but they could barely make that goal because of marketing. And that's a bigger problem. Like I notice a lot of good artists that try to like they try their best to make art, and they don't always make their goal, and that's kind of sad too. Like these are the type of things that they try to put out, like books and such, comic books and such, and they barely make any bank for marketing. And I noticed that this book, for example, they're asking for this amount, and they're not even they're not even close to their goal. And I thought it was a really cool concept of a story. Like it's kind of like Dusk versus Karate Cheerleader. It's kind of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I thought was kind of funny. It's not original, but I thought it was kind of a funny thing. And you can see by the art style and everything that they're doing, it's not really cool or pretty, but at the same time, I think it would make an interesting comic book. And you can see that they put out a lot of work into it. I think it's a really nice idea, but other than that, it does seem like a really good story. You can sell it that they have a diverse group of people that are working on this book. But at the same time, when people try to point out that they have a certain diverse group of people that are working on this book, you can see that B.J. Lewis is in this, and I don't really know who B.J. Lewis is. I only know that the writer and creator of Dusk, David Dobb, is trying to make this. Now, I guess, it is what it is. It's not easy for a independent creator who is trying to introduce a story, especially trying to pitch a story to people, and they try to market it to people, and the problem is not many people are interested in it. How's it going?
Hey!
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Same old, guys.
Yeah.
Got out a while ago.
Oh, yeah?
Well, at least to the backyard and back. Oh, So we talking mad. So let me guess. We're talking mad shit about Gabriel Jesus.
Gabe?
Ga- Tedros Adam Ghebreyesus in charge. Tedros Adam Ghebreyesus, the nigga in charge of fucking WHO
Nope.
or CHO.
Yeah, something like that. Not really. It's just I did talk about it because YouTube right now is taking down videos that are critical to the WHO.
Just who? You can't talk about the coronavirus or you're getting demonetized.
Yeah, I don't really care about being demonetized because they don't even pay me. They don't pay me. YouTube does not pay me for this. They just basically I basically upload videos for them. And they keep the money while I sit here on my ass, talk shit about it.
The insane thing is that it's gone to the point where just talking about the coronavirus it's like mentioning Voldemort's name.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
And some of the alternatives though, they're actually pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of called it airborne AIDS.
I personally call it the CCP virus.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are kind of pissed off with it. It was like PAX West 2020 is still planned for September. So they're still trying to plan for PAX West.
And you know what? And a friend of mine and a neighbor of mine was saying that he had coronavirus, and I told him, "You got coronavirus, dude. You got coronavirus, dude."
Oh,
for those who don't know, coronavirus basically, it's basically how should I say this? Parody of coronavirus. It's ass virus, big ass virus.
Okay, so here's the. Let me go ahead and talk about this because PAX is actually saying this on their social media because I'm looking this up. Hey there. Let me see if I can do it. Hey there. We hope you're staying safe and healthy in this uncertain time. I'm gonna try to do what's his name's voice.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. We tend to be a party quite this pretty quiet this time of year, but since then we had some questions from fans and exhibitors. We wanted to let you know that as this moment we are still planning on putting together a great PAX West this coming Labor Day weekend, September 4th through the 7th. For you, we will be updating our website for more information on badge and hotel registrations coming this month. Our first priority is always your safety and extends to the issues of public health. As the year progresses, we will continue to monitor the situation and work with health officials at the levels of government and intend to follow all CDC and WHO guidelines as they are released. That said, actions are already taken that our convention center and local government have left us optimistic, and we will continue working with them to make sure we take the correct steps throughout this summer. We look forward to welcoming you home as always have. Until then, may you give Tom Nook a run for his money and Sephiroth to stand defeated in the wake. So, PAX is planning to do their convention.
They're still doing this shit, despite the fact that California hasn't recovered from this.
It's in Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not in California. It's in Seattle. So
I always thought PAX California.
Yeah, it was, and then they decided to relocate it.
Ah, okay.
because of that incident that happened with what's his name. Yeah. Yes. Keith Apothecure is what he's called himself. Yeah. So yeah, that's what happened.
Give me that money. You're late. Your rent is late, bitch. Give me that money.
I know.
I'm a fucking Tanuki. I ain't gonna display shit.
I know people even when people got that stimulus, you know, they're spending that money. They're like, I haven't really spent that much.
Technically, you were supposed to spend it, but the thing is,
I'm waiting.
That's your tax money.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm gonna use that money to pay my phone bill for this next month.
Honestly, in my case, it's gonna take a bit. It's gonna take a bit more compared to you guys. In my case, it won't be arriving because of some bullshit with Hacienda.
Yeah, I know. It's scary though.
Yeah, basically, Hacienda is supposedly trying. For those who don't know, Hacienda is actually the Puerto Rican office of what's the U.S. equivalent of the the IRS. It's more or less the Department of Home.
Social Security.
Not Social Security. It's more like
tax revenue.
Pretty much.
Okay, that's fair.
Anyways.
Yeah. Did you check your account for Nintendo?
No.
Yeah. There's been a breach in Nintendo's security.
I don't even have a Switch.
Be thankful you didn't. Because Nintendo, people are having issues with their accounts being hacked.
Oh. That reminds me of the PlayStation 1. That actually reminds me of the infamous PlayStation hack that happened on Christmas a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that's what had happened, and a lot of people are talking about that. And that's the weird thing about it, is that because right now people lost their money from that whole thing because people were buying V-Bucks off of that thing. My advice: check your account. Also, check your PayPal.
Check your fucking credit card as well, because buying bucks for Fortnite. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of people are talking about that. It's like it's kind of strange though, because it was creepy. I did try to check my account though. It's like I probably lost a lot of money.
I
hope not. I hope not, because it's like I checked. All I did was buy a couple of games, and that was from Steam. That was it.
Well, to be honest, the only thing I did with my money as of this month was pay the phone bill, pay the electric bill, pay the Sam's card, and that's about it. Yeah. The rest, we threw 200 for myself and 100 for the computer.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was it. The computer payment.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Like, now, hopefully, I get paid soon enough.
Well, it's a mess right now. What's going
I I
regarding?
I understand. It's like it's pretty bad because Nintendo, like people are pissed off because their account got compromised, and I think it has something to do with Fortnite because if they're playing Fortnite on there, that might be the reason.
Well, the game has a switchboard.
Yeah, it does have a Switch port, and I actually asked Big Boss about that, but he hasn't responded yet. So I haven't really confirmed my theory on that because I, if it's true, I do believe that Fortnite might be the problem. But then again, he pointed out that PayPal might be the issue. That they're exploiting it through the whole thing.
Well, there is an event going on in a lot of places. Like supposedly today, it was supposed to be in, I think it was in Asia or Europe, and it was the collaboration with rapper Travis Scott.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that post of Travis Scott. Yeah,
And I wasn't thinking of Travis Scott the rapper. I was thinking of Travis Scott the guy who the drummer. And then I remember he was the guy who did Sycamore with Drake.
yeah. And it's like they did an animated version of him, like a big giant version of him, and I was like looking at it,
Yeah,
going like
yeah.
that
It
doesn't
was
look like him.
the guy looks like MC Ryan from fucking Death Grips without the tattoos.
And they couldn't
I,
even
I
they couldn't even animate him right.
Dude, I was in the event last night. I'm gonna explain to you in detail what the fuck happened.
And what happened? Like,
Well, let me say it like this. Absolute fucking unit of Travis Scott goes around the Fortnite map, just spitting lyrics left and right, and then the fucking place starts changing colors. It's like an acid trip. And then the meteorite that came with the guy. Oh, guess what? It blew up. And after that, because kill this, three of the people I was playing with actually fucked off. They got disconnected. I mean, 125. I mean, having to kill people for 125. I mean, God, dude. There were 7 people left, and I had to shoot them 125 times. I got bored and fucked off.
yeah, people were like talking about that. Like, people were literally showing clips of it, like 1,200 to 1,200 million. And people were like shooting at Travis Scott too. Were they shooting? Were they shooting at Travis Scott?
Uh, Not really, because they could be some weapons at that time.
Okay, so you can throw things at people.
Mm, more or less.
Yeah, because I was like looking at it, going like, I'm looking at the video. It looks really bizarre. Like there was like 10.3 million, like 12.3 million people that actually went online to see this show.
Yeah, it's around here. It started around 7 o'clock.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the Travis Scott stuff, like the social media stuff. Like IGN reported, like it was like 3 point players that were participating in the Travis Scott astronomical debut event, setting up. It was like people were like making fun of it. Like, was he smoking weed when he did this?
It wasn't weed as much as it was the doing acid.
Doing acid? Yeah,
Copious amounts of lysergic acid.
yeah. Because I was like looking at it, going like, Okay, but this is what the perfect reaction to hearing my idol's voice. Like people are like posting on social media about it.
I was just laughing my ass off when I saw the fucking thing just unfold in front of me.
Like,
Me and someone else. Me and someone else. Some dude was playing as Harley Quinn.
it's like, oh yeah, this is great.
It was like, what the fuck is this, bro?
I know, and I'm just like looking at it, like everyone's like, what is this? Who is this guy? What the?
Bruh. The amount of bros that were being thrown left and right.
Like
because this event was nothing but a bro moment.
Yeah, just imagine Michael Jackson showing up on this. Like,
Dear God.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson and Fortnite.
Yeah, but then again, I would do Michael Trapson, but then again, you know, he's not well known.
I don't know, Michael Jackson. They will have to reincarnate him as a fucking zombie because
they did a 3D. They did the Hatsune Miku version of Michael Jackson and Tupac.
Oh, a hologram, basically.
Yeah, they could do that.
But it's not the. And then there's the fact that who actually has the rights to Michael Jackson's likeness right now? The estate of Michael Jackson has him?
Yeah, the estate, the family.
Okay.
Yeah, even I believe his family does have the right because he has Paris, he has
LaToya, Tito, Janet Jackson.
Yeah, and his kids.
Yeah.
And his kids actually do own the rights to him and his likeness, and the fact that it'd be interesting if they do an event with Travis Scott. So here's something that someone posted. Travis Scott in Fortnite is gay.
Well, let me tell. I'm gonna tell you something. You know how much the skin itself worth?
How much?
Dude, the discount was somewhere between $30
to $300. $2,000.
No. Like $30 for the whole pack.
For the whole pack.
Yeah.
For Travis Scott.
Exactly.
Just to see Travis Scott do his concert.
No, that was free. You had to show up with like 30 minutes and 30 minutes anticipation. You had to arrive like 30 minutes before the whole shit show happened. It was a battle royale before that, and then that's when the guy showed up out of nowhere after the countdown, and that's when things got real.
And people were trying like already PlayStation's talking about it.
You had to show up just to get a gift, and the gift was a glider, and the 2 wallpapers. That was it.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, I had. Yeah, it was my nephew who told me about this, and
he wanted it.
I called them. He was watching it on a stream.
So, yeah. That's actually, I wasn't able to watch it because I had to get offline around 6:00. That's what sucks about my life. Okay, Cactus Jack. Oh, that's what it's called. They're actually even selling the figure of it too.
Okay, so they're gonna repeat it somewhere between around Sunday in the Americas at 1:00.
Okay.
At least that's At least I checked. It was like what at 1 o'clock. Cause I know that in Asia and all these other areas,
Yeah, because they did the GI.
fucking hell.
I know they did the GI Joe one. I know they
Wait,
did.
wait, let me see that. Let me see. $170 for a figurine set of Cactus Jack.
Yeah,
The bundle was $2,500. The season pass itself is actually worth like 1,200 V-Bucks. And then the supercharged version is worth 2,500. Basically the same as that skin. So you pretty much spend $20.
that does explain the whole theft thing that was going on with Nintendo, because they were buying all the V-Bucks and everything out of it. Because that whole Scott thing was happening, and they were even playing this on PlayStation. They were playing this on Nintendo Switch. They were playing
On
this
a PC.
on a PC, and I guess the person took advantage of it while Travis Scott was playing.
I was on the PC when that shit happened.
Yeah,
It's like 24 hours after before when this event happened.
yeah, because
And
it does explain a lot what happened when, because it seems like the person probably bypassed the security that easily through Nintendo Switch by going to Fortnite.
well, you know what? I feel disappointed by the fact that Drake wasn't in this.
I agree. It would be funny if Drake showed up there.
I would have shut up for that. I would have been hyped seeing Drake just fucking doing the whole Godzilla motif with Travis Scott on Athena, which is supposed to be what the main shit of Fortnite is right now.
I know, and a lot of people are talking about it. It's like,
And I'm the last person to talk about Fortnite. Like, I am not a big fan of Fortnite, but I've been playing it for a while because I wanted to level up my nephew's account to 100, which I already did. Let me tell you, that was not an easy feat.
yeah,
But it was a learning curve.
yeah,
And I learned that I'm better at it than I thought regarding shooting people in the face.
yeah, because you have to avoid everybody in third person and try to survive and try to get into the points where you have to hide your way in order to survive, because that's
not just hiding, but also you had to build. You had to pull just about every bullshit maneuver that you could do.
That's true.
To get at someone.
Yeah, and it's like that game I couldn't get into because I was just like, I was more into Call of Duty. I used to like. There was another game I used to like that was similar to that. It was like a third person, but it was on PlayStation 3 back in the days, and you can play like 64 versus. It was like 32 versus 32. They claimed it was like 144 that you could fight each other, but I was kind of surprised. It was like a really big battlefield, and you could just kill each other in there. And it was a fun game, but at the same time,
well, you also had PUBG. What else? Free Fire and all these other groups.
Isn't Cactus Jack one of the DDR one of the DDR singers? Cactus.
I know.
Yeah, because they had Cactus Jack or Captain Jack.
Oh, Captain Jack. I know Captain Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. So the DLC is basically Travis Scott Astronomical.
Yes.
Yeah, and they have a skin of Travis Scott himself, and also the Cactus Jack one, where he looks like a cyborg.
Oh God! When the guy when the guy had the skeleton form, I thought, okay, who the fuck told him to watch Attack on Titan?
I remember they had like the GI Joe skins. They had the
Like one part had the guy dressed up like a half skeleton, and he looked and dude, the dude reminded me of the Titan from Attack on Titan.
Okay, so here's another one. There's one thing that's trending. It's Post Malone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he's playing a guitar. Post Malone and Nirvana crossover. I didn't know it needed two legends. I can't really play the music, but he's wearing like some type of outfit, like a long shirt or something like that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Post Malone looks like a meth dealer.
I I don't have an issue with him being who he is. Like, what is? Yeah, he's dressing up in a weird outfit, like he's overweight or something.
But
Like
anyway, show it.
he's drinking beer and everything. It's like that's what he looks like, and he's doing a Nirvana tribute. That's fine. Okay, and he's drinking. Okay, a lot of people are worried about him.
Oh, I think I know what he's. I
I mean,
know
fuck.
what. I
He's
think
like
I know what's
Voldemort.
going on. So he. Oh, okay. So
Voldemort
he's
is like
covering
Voldemort.
Nirvana song.
Yeah, he's doing the Nirvana song. Because he is an
Hey,
artist. He does know how to play music. Even though he does the whole hip hop, lo fi type of music, he does know how to. He is a professional artist.
you know, by the looks of it, he looks like he's watching Tiger.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the dude has this energy as Joe Exotic in this footage.
Yeah, he does. It's just he works his ass off to get there. And it's like
Um,
I don't really think he's a bad person. I know that he can be like
nah, he ain't really.
yeah.
I just make fun of these rappers sometimes because they look like if for example Bad Bunny kind of talks like he's on fucking heroin all the time,
Yeah. He looks like he is. But
and he's like turbo woke or some shit.
to me he's kind of bizarre.
Honestly, dude's overrated.
Yeah, to
Post
me
Malone, Post Malone.
like everyone's like
Half,
making fun of him. Like he's like this is kind of funny though. I was like looking at it going like, okay, here's what
This
he's
is
doing.
live from my house, and I apologize if my shit is dirty. I have all the time in the world to fucking clean, but I need to get my kill death ratio up, so
oh,
focus on other things.
looks like I gained my first follower
This is
on
live from my
Pixit, and
house,
it's a Thoughtbot
and I
account.
apologize if my shit.
Yeah, because people are like he's acting kind of weird. That's and drunk. Like I don't have any issue with him as long as he doesn't do anything to kill himself. But it's like he's like drinking and playing Nirvana.
Well, all that shotgun.
I know he's like I don't know why he's trending on Twitter. It's like there's gay Street Fighter. There's Doctor Strange 2, the POC Army Block Party. Let me see what's going on.
What the
Yeah,
EOC block arm?
yeah, the POC
What?
Army Block Party. I'm like looking at this, going like, what the heck is this? Okay, so apparently they're just making selfies of themselves. That's pretty much what the POC block party is.
Twitter is fucking.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cancer. I'm out with this one. Yeah, did you hear that? You hear about that wrestler Velveteen Dream?
No.
Apparently, he sent a message to a kid from Canada and showed his peepee.
The fuck?
Yeah, he's a 16-year-old kid. His name is Jacob Smith.
Mhm.
And he was sending some really creepy messages, like pedo messages, to the kid. And of course, the kid claims that this guy sent him messages. The guy, Velveteen Dream. You seen WWE Next, right? He's a really good wrestler, but he's like one of those little LGBTQ wrestlers. Like he's like super gay. And he was hitting on the kid, and it was like I was like reading the messages, and they were all like, he was like, "Are you super packed?" It's like, you packing? And I thought it was kind of hilarious.
Fuck. Oh, I'm watching something right now. Triggered. Posted by Donald Trump Jr.
I can't believe they did that.
Yeah. Oh God. Speaking of the president, the absolute mad lad regarding the disinfectant and shit. I think he just told people who hates him to drink bleach. Low key.
Oh
That's
my
what
God.
that's how I see it. The dude he just told him to drink bleach and to eject bleach to treat COVID-19.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you hear what Reset Arrow did the other day?
I don't even pay attention to it, right?
Yeah, Reset Era got pissed off over Barrett from Final Fantasy VII.
Oh wait, they were freaking out. They were freaking out about Barrett because he was black.
Yeah,
Oh shit! Get
No,
a load of this.
they
Get a load of
they
this.
were freaking out about that. Yeah,
Oh, it ends up. It ends up that there's a major leak on Fortress 2. And this is just. This
I know.
Is just
I heard
Nintendo.
about that. I talked about that. They leaked all the coding, all the codes from, and also the chat logs from the devs. Yeah. So
Alright.
so apparently this is what happened. They were terrified by a black man. Read, people are so declared by Final Fantasy VII Remake as racist. Everyone's questioning it gets banned. So what happened was the person that posted this saying, so Square can make drastic changes to Final Fantasy VII in the remake, but couldn't be bothered to make Barrett an ignorant racist caricature. Read thread marks. The amount of rage this man generates inside me. This is what they said. Whenever he is on a screen, it's insane. I haven't seen anything hilariously racist in an AA game since, I don't know, even when who the hell has an angry black man and a scary black man trophies in their games in 2020. Seriously, SE Globalist billion-dollar conglomerate with all sorts of people working for them, so I'm not going to buy the Japan excuse at all.
It's just recent. Well,
I know.
you know what? You
Yeah.
know the first. You know what the first time the first part of.
Yeah, because they got it. They called. You know what they said about Kanye?
He was a house nigga.
No, they called him a coon as well. And they also said the N-word too. Like they were literally saying all that shit on there on the board. And I was kind of surprised because I'm surprised no journalist would call them out on that one, because they literally were saying that Kanye was a coon.
That's because that's because a lot of the journalists actually agree with the message.
Yeah, they agree with that message. It's like, you guys, it's like Reset Era has no self-awareness about Final Fantasy VII. Like, whenever they see a black character in a video game, like I had to agree with one person about that. It's like this is what one person said. Like, I kind of agree. When you mention Bo Jackson, Techno Bo, Reset Era says, I hate him. Evander Holyfield, Real Deal Boxing, Reset Era would say, fuck you. Tiger Woods, PGA Golf, Reset Era, he's not a real N-word. Mike Tyson's Punch Out, who is he? Is he a cartoon?
Wait. All right. This is proof that a lot of people on Reset Era are Zoomer.
Yeah. Yeah, they are Zoomers. Like, they have no awareness of what the hell Final Fantasy is. They just assume, oh, everything's racist in this video game. And they assume that this is like an Antifa game, but they don't know who the main villain of the story is.
They're not playing this too.
Yeah, they haven't played this too because it hasn't been released out yet.
I mean, that's that same shit all week. You guys are their crew is nothing but anti-fascist. Play this, you actually. Sorry, holy shit.
They, and that's the thing. There's even another thing that happened that just really, like most of the threads they always do. They get so mad at people and they yell and scream at them.
Of course, the only emotion these people feel is outrage and those are the only two emotions people actually feel.
And it's like they have no clue what the fuck every video game is. Like, they just assume it's this is a racist thing. Like, you have to understand, Barrett was never that much of a character in the game. Like, they haven't really developed him. And it was in Japan, and yet they're gonna try to defend it by saying, oh yeah, because they only go by what they know. They haven't never really met a black character before. They just assume that, okay, this is the character that we got to work with.
That's the thing. Japan being as homogenous as it is, for the most part. Well, at least they're not China. Oh, you know what? I'm actually surprised they haven't called out China for what they're doing. Oh, I forget.
They did. They did. They pulled out all their businesses out of it.
No, I meant Reset Era. I'm surprised that Reset Era hasn't called them out.
Yeah. Because they're like on the fence on this because they're afraid that if they speak out about it, they're racist.
These are the same people who actually complain about centrists, and yet they're the ones actually centrist on the China issue.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the funny thing is that when they're they're telling black people in China to get the heck out. Also, there was reports of them, being told to be kicked out of houses, rooms, stay away from hotels and restaurants.
Yeah, they're not being allowed anything because the Chinese fell for the media that foreigners are the people bringing the coronavirus.
Yeah, and it's kind of sad too because it's like these are people from African countries, and they're treating them like they are the enemy, that they are that they were bad, but they are not. It's like
you know what's so running, JT?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of countries in China are part of the Belt and Road Initiative of China.
Yeah.
And of all things, the Chinese are actually buying out a lot of other countries' resources.
Yeah.
China is that country that wants everything, but they don't really believe in charity or anything else for that matter. Soft power is basically colonization.
Yeah.
And Serpentsa can explain it a bit better than I do because he drew this South Africa.
Yeah, because he actually knows what goes on in China, and he had to leave China, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Because
he's
and
California
he's in California because he's afraid what they would do to him, because he basically spoke out against what they were doing, and it was kind of bizarre because he knew that these people were really good people. He does not, he's not trying to hurt them. It's just he doesn't like what the government's doing.
Exactly.
Because he actually met the people there. He appreciated that the times that he was with them. He actually appreciated the fact. But when it comes down to what the Chinese are doing and turning themselves into a fascist state, it's scary. And that's what caused this situation to get real personal. And I'm surprised that they are trying to control. Like, if you ever seen the movie The Volunteers with John Candy and Tom Hanks?
No.
Okay, I recommend you check that movie out. There's a scene in that film where they were gonna tell that the mission, he was gonna this Chinese communist guy was going to brainwash John Candy, and John Candy was like, you're not gonna brainwash me. And then a few seconds later, they switched over to him being brainwashed, and he was like talking like Chinese propaganda. That's exactly what happened here right now in the United States. Like, it's turning into that situation.
Yeah, and the worst offender is because a lot of the assets, like a lot of companies like the New York Times are actually bought out by the Chinese court to the point where they actually have a special section on Chinese of the stuff that's going on in China from the Communist Party.
Yeah, because it's kind of weird though, because like I thought it was kind of like that's kind of the meme right now. If you ever seen the movie Volunteers with him in the movie, like, let me see if I can find that movie. Like, let me see if I can find it, because it is a great movie with John Candy and Tom Hanks, and yeah,
Tom Hanks. Oh, speaking of Tom Hanks, you hear that he's donating plasma to fight the coronavirus?
Yeah, because he's trying to find the cure for it, considering that he has it.
And his wife.
Yeah, let me see if I can link it into the general chat, because it's like there's a scene in there. Like, let me see if I can find it. Like, if I could find it, let's see. Let me see if I can find it, because it was like a few seconds into it. Like, this is the scene, and I hope that I might get a copyright strike, but who cares? I don't care. I'll show you guys the joke that everyone's laughing about.
Do you know where you are? My guess is I'm in the clutches of the angry Pink Menace. You will be brainwashed. Me? America's son? Ha! will be a challenge.
You bet.
We must always be on our guard. Sure, we'll lose a lot of snooze time, but that's okay. We'll catch up after the revolution's over.
That's enough talk.
You can't be part of this.
Yeah. And that was like one of the biggest scenes I remember in the movie. Out of all things, that was one of the scenes that's what's going on in the situation. Yeah, I'm surprised that no one in the military has yet to catch on to that joke. And we're seeing anti-propaganda. We're seeing a lot of that stuff that's going on, and it's like it's a big surprise that we're seeing that in America. We're seeing.
Dude.
Yeah, go ahead.
He looks like Mao though.
Oh, the actor?
Yeah. He looks a bit like Mao, except without the fucked up teeth though.
Yeah. He was a really good actor back in the days, and I forgot his name though. It's just that movie was a really cult. It wasn't really popular, but it had a cult following, and I actually really liked that film from Volunteers. It was basically about a rich kid who basically had to escape a situation, so he accidentally joined the Peace Corps by accident when he tried to get on a plane to get the heck out of because he owed money to a bookie because of a game that he lost a lot of money, and he had to run. And he had to talk to his dad. Hey, Dad, can you give me your money? Can you give me some money? He said, no, I'm not gonna break you out of it. You're on your own. And he basically left America just to go to the Peace Corps in Vietnam. And it was an interesting. I think it was Thailand actually, and I thought it was a hilarious story. And he was forced to build a bridge. And it's a shame that movie didn't catch on to people. Because that is exactly what's going on right now. Is that people are fighting each other over stupid shit, over petty bullshit, and starting drama and destroying each other left and right over petty drama.
Yeah, but it tries. You gotta be extra patient.
I agree, because right now it's getting to that point where people are practically backstabbing each other. Even in every other industry, it's really that bad. And it's like that's what's going on in this whole situation. Like when I showed that video clip, that's
You know what? You know what?
Go ahead.
In China, they also have what is called.
Yeah, they're seeking a revolution.
Yeah, basically, they're willing to rat out anyone who's violent coronavirus.
Yeah.
The lockdown. Oh well, they've been doing this since the Cultural Revolution. You snitch on someone who's not who's violating the rule of Mao.
Yeah.
Speaking against Mao, and well,
you're gonna talk about the New York snitch program that they did.
What they did was beautiful.
I know, it was funny though. 4chan went all out on that one. Like the whole part about him, like the whole part about the governor sucking dick. They spotted the governor sucking dick in on the street.
Not sucking. They sent pics of Hitler and shit.
Yeah, because they were basically accusing him of being a fascist because he basically asked them to basically snitch on everybody in New York who is not doing their due diligence to social distancing, and to get them reported. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, in a lot of places, in a lot of things, this looks like something straight for 1984.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go ahead and change the subject here. Did you hear about? Uh, let's see. About what happened to Susie Liu?
I think I remember that they had their shit.
Yeah. So Quartering made a video claiming that she basically lied to people, and what it was is that she claimed she had a lawyer, and it turns out that lawyer had a PO box, and they called the PO box number. And it turns out it was just a PO box service.
Well, I could say that karma's a bitch.
Yeah, so basically they found out she was lying, and it kind of caused a big mess. And it's also causing her to get a bad reputation, and this is what's and it's kind of sad too, because it's like she basically shot herself in the foot when she lied.
Well,
All because she basically pissed off a lot of people. So they pretty much she basically is trying to delete her history and everything that she's trying to hide, and the fact that people are questioning her as a person. And it's like YouTube is really treading on deep water also, because that also shows that if they try to assist her in this situation with the whole, even by the fact that I heard that she also violated copyright laws with the anime companies.
oh yeah, she's an.
Yeah, they have tried to reach. Even Corden even talked to the lawyers about that too.
As Lord Flexon, I would say, she got flexed on.
Yeah, she got real flexed on, and right now she screwed herself over royally, because when you cross the line with YouTubers, you better hope that they didn't find any dirt that could put you, that can incriminate you, because she definitely treaded on deep water, thinking she was a badass smartass. And it was that bad, because it's like a lot of people were pissed off.
Dude, her kind always do this. They're brick by name.
Yeah, because she definitely pissed off people. Let's see. What else? Square Enix. Let's players beware. Square Enix is striking Final Fantasy videos. Yep, it's true. It's possibly true.
That's ironic.
Yeah. Oh, and also in other news, Sailor Moon is coming out with a movie. An animated movie.
You know, I was actually checking out the trailer for Stills at Work second season. The second season of well, it's not really. I'm not sure it's a second season.
Mm-hmm.
it's basically more like a whole entire series because it's focusing on someone who has a massive who has a disease like COVID-19.
Okay.
And well,
Let's see.
the main character has a samurai sword and a nice pair of tits.
I might watch that. I might watch that just because of that. Well,
Honestly,
the only thing I watched was a live action movie called Brave Storm. It's a Japanese movie. It stars the guys from. It stars some of the people who did tokusatsu shows, like Shinsuke Daito, Shu Watanabe, and Dan Mitsu.
Yeah.
They did Kamen Rider shows.
okay.
That's what they're known. Like only two of them did. One is like Guave. I forgot what they're called. One's a
Grabber
model. Yeah, model. Because she's like a professional Guava model. Like it's kind of like a glamour model, I assume, right?
Kirabude.
Yeah. They show that body like it's a cutie.
One of the main characters is white blood cell with, like I said, the other one is a red blood cell guy.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a complete turnaround from the main characters in the first season, who were a guy who was a white blood cell and a girl who was a red blood cell. The only thing I know about her is that she's voiced by Kana Hanazawa.
Hanazawa. What did she do?
A lot of things.
Like a lot of animes. Name one.
Yeah.
I might be familiar with.
I know she. See, I know she.
She did.
I'm looking her up.
You're looking her up.
She was. I know she sung Rain Night Circulation from the Monogatari series.
Monogatari series. I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, she was Nadeko Sengoku in Monogatari.
Mm-hmm. The movie? Or in this?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I seen that one. Monogatari is like. It was It was like a weird OVA, but it was pretty good.
Let's see. Mayuri Shina in Steins Gate, Akane Tsunemori from Psycho-Pass.
Oh, okay.
See. She plays Sakura Fujieda in the remake of You're Under Arrest.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I actually watched that one before. Great series. You're Under Arrest was actually a pretty good series.
I've seen the movie though.
Yeah, same here. I did too. It's a great series to look up. It's a shame that they don't have that on Blu-ray. It's hard to find that series, especially these days. Let's see.
She was Yu Naruse in Watamote. Oh yeah. She was Adele in Space Dandy.
That's actually a pretty popular show.
She played May in the Pokemon Alpha Ruby and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire OVA. All right. Hana Midorikawa from Prison School.
Oh, okay. Okay, that sounds like a good one. Yeah, she definitely has a really good.
Raphael Ainsworth Shiraha from Gabriel Dropout,
Okay.
who was the Sadist Angel in the series.
Ah.
Yeah, Gabriel Dropout. I've seen it. It's pretty good actually.
Yeah, great. Okay, congratulations, according. He managed to make 700,000 subscribers.
Okay, so she's playing Koharu in the latest season of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that though.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting when you learn about a lot of the actors and actresses that play these things.
Film-wise, she was Shiemi Moriyama on Blue Oyster.
Blue Eisner. Oh, the game?
The movie and the series.
Ah.
She was Yukari Yukino in Your Name.
Ah.
Damn, dude.
Okay.
You like that? She was the main cat. She was the female main character in that movie.
Alright, so let's see here. So now they have a new series called Pokemon Journey series.
Yeah, it's the one where Ash has a male and go. The guy who plays them also played of all things Midoriya from X the anime.
XD anime, yeah.
X-Men the anime. I mean Cape Shit the anime. I mean
Cape
My
Shit.
Hero Academia.
My Hero Academia.
And Narantia Girga from JoJo's Part 5.
Oh, okay.
I know the actor more as the guy who played Narantia from Bento Aureo,
Yeah.
rather than that piece of shit anime that is My Hero Academia.
They've been trying, from what I understand, the anime industry is kind of right now is in a shamble a little bit. It's not that bad. It's just right now it's in a little bit of a situation to where they're airing really bad shows early because they want to compete against the fan sub thing.
Yeah. Have you watched all 12 episodes of Inspector? It's not good, but it's not bad either.
I haven't been able to get into the fan sub circles lately. I've been busy, working, and it's like I did buy some animes.
But the thing is, Inspector, it fucking sucks.
Inspector
Inspector fucking sucks if it wasn't for the fact that the main character is cute. Yeah. Outside that, there's a ton of dialogue in that series, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm gonna be waiting for the Promar anime.
Oh, it's a trade one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because that one is because I know that they are putting that out. I know that there's also
There's also new hero human something. It's the newest one from Trigger that has a main character that is basically a Tanuki.
yeah. Because there's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to look for. Like I know that they have Dai Shogun. Excuse me. Dai Shogun. Like I'm probably gonna order some anime, but I
don't.
because I've been watching Retro Crush. You probably were watching it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The new app that they did.
No, I don't have Retro Crush, but I am aware of them.
Yeah, I actually watched some of their animes. They actually have Bubblegum Crisis and Bubblegum Crash on there. They even got the great teacher when he's looking. Mostly because of the fact that Amazon owns them. They are like they're also considered by Asian Crush, the drama thing.
No, I know. I heard of Asian question.
Yeah.
I'm so out of loop. Ridiculous.
They basically air some Takasosu shows, some dramas, some that's basically what they do. They're like another version of the international channel slash AZ. You might have heard of the AZN channel.
I did hear about the actual Neon from Clownfish TV
Yeah.
when he was advertising them regarding in that episode about old anime.
Yeah, because they actually have some old anime. I was kind of surprised, and then there's even one anime I was kind of surprised that is in it. It's called Charge Man Ken, which which what's his name talked about. I was like, Kenny Lauderdale. Yeah, he was like talking about that anime last week.
They actually have it. I want to watch that. I actually want to see how
bad is it?
Yeah, I know it's that. I know. I mean,
you can watch it on your phone. That's the weird thing about that anime is like that Retro Crush app is kind of funny. It's like I wish I could find it on. Let me see if it's available, because you can watch it on your computer. That's the one thing that's good about it.
yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah, because I watched it on there. It's like it's kind of funny. I was like looking at it, going like, okay, here's Retro Crush. See if I can. Like they have it on iTunes, Google Play, Roku,
And
and I was like surprised by it. I was like,
you know, if there is one anime series that I actually kind of want to check out, it's oh my god, it's creamy. It's not creamy mommy, but rather
they have Creamy Mommy on there too.
I meant the Mickey Momo.
Mickey Momo.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but they do have Soul Hunter. They do have Cyber 6. I don't know why it's considered an anime, but they do have Project Echo, which I was surprised. But they don't have the other sequels to Project Echo, which I was kind of surprised by.
Dude. The thing with Mickey Momo is that it's cursed.
It's cursed.
Yeah. Check out that Kenny Lloyd review of that show. Apparently, every time someone they someone inside broadcast the final episode in Japan, shit happens. Like an earthquake.
Some crazy shit happens, an earthquake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About things. One of them was the great Hanshin earthquake.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. He told that story. It was like, I actually do like his content, because he actually does do a breakdown of the animes he watched, like from fan, because he mostly just shows like reviews of shows. And I remember he actually did a review of one I actually did watch, which was I think it was called Dragon's Haven.
Uh-huh.
And I actually did watch that movie. It was actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, that was the latest one.
Yeah, that was the latest one he did. And I actually watched
it.
It
was fucking nice, though.
Yeah, it was really good. It was a really good art piece that he kind of mentioned, and I do agree with him, because it did have that sense of art style that it did. Like, Yeah, and
But you're saying it right.
yeah, they have Ki, they have Gogol 13, they have Fushiyugi, they have Dagger Kamiya. I actually watched it, The Wind Named Amnesia. That was actually a pretty good one. And I'm surprised they have like Captain Card Sakura on there too.
Well, of course.
Yeah, because it's like the Wicked City, Jinra, Wolf Brigade. They mostly have all the cult classics. That's basically what they have for like Violence Jack. I seen that one. That's like the most messed up anime ever. It's like 3-episode OVA series, and it was the most messed up series I ever watched. Like, let me see what else they have. Romance, Gekyun Haven. Let's see, Blue Seed. Oh yeah, they have Deers. Deers was actually a pretty good series. Let's see, Princess and the Pilot. And Kaiba. The complete series. Like, Liberty Wars. Library Wars. Man, they even have Angel Cop. I'm kind of surprised that some of the stuff they have in there is pretty good, but...
One of the last movies I've ever seen regarding anime was Summer Wars. That was the last one I've seen.
Yeah. I seen, the last anime that I seen so far was a new one from, it was Gundam Narrative.
What's that one? Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
because
buy.
I watched that in theaters.
I'll buy. What is that one about?
It's basically it's Universal. It's like the Universal Century story. I think it was basically what happened after Gundam
0079.
No, I think it was Gundam Unicorn.
Oh, okay.
Around the time what happened after Gundam Unicorn, and they kind of did the ending of Double Zeta.
Dude, take a look at this. This is Kotoko Iwanaga, the main character from Inspector. Take a look at that face, and then that is an image of. How should I say this? Yeah. That is one of the top 10 disastrous animes before they happen.
Man,
like, the animation, the fifth animation is too slow for the fact that she got punched in the face.
Yeah, this is what they did.
Like when I saw that,
her face.
When I saw that, I lost my shit because it was a literal oh well face.
Oh well.
Oh well. What? Oh well. The main character is my boyfriend, and then bow right in the pisser.
It's like one of the weirdest animes ever. Oh man, that's funny.
Oh, you know what's funny? Her guess what's the only face thing on her face?
On her face?
Yeah.
I would say her eyes.
Close enough. Her right eye is made out of glass. Because according to the synopsis, she is basically the goddess of wisdom of the yokai. And an intermediate. And she also loses her left leg.
Oh, that's
Yeah, this will. Yeah,